Good morning.
You're in trouble.
Good morning, hockey fans, and welcome to our continuing coverage of the 2016 Bantam AA Provincial Championships. Our coverage being provided by MC Media in partnership with Eastlink Television. My name is Dave Doucette, and along with me today, Nick Doucette.
Welcome, everybody, to the 2016 Bantam AA Provincial Championships. Here we have the semifinal against the Sackville Flyers against the Bedford Blues.
All right, both of these teams are actually part of the same regular season and playoff league, and that is the Central Minor League. These are the top two teams of the league. During the regular season, Sackville ended the season with a 12-8, 6-6 record. Bedford with a 12-8-4 record. During the playoff run, both two teams came out on top again. Sackville undefeated at 8-0, Bedford at 5-3. That's what brought them here to this tournament. Along the way to the tournament, Sackville with a number one seed after finishing 3-1 with 5-3 victory over Cape Breton County, 7-4 win over South Shore, a 7-1 win over Glace Bay, and a 5-4 loss to Yarmouth. Bedford finished the round robin 2-2 with a 3-1 victory over Yarmouth, a 5-2 victory over Glace Bay, losing to South Shore 3-2 and losing to Cape Breton County 1-0.
It's going to be an interesting matchup. I think Sackville, over the period of the tournament, has been the stronger team as we've watched all the games and have been a part of.
Unfortunately, whenever you get a game like this where you have a lot of we have two teams that are in the same league, they know each other very well.
Yeah.
And as a result of this, we have 5 games with Bedford defeating Sackville 6-0, Bedford over Sackville 3-1, a 3-3 tie, Bedford over Sackville 3-2. That was in the regular season. So Bedford actually owned Sackville a bit in the regular season, but in the playoffs, Sackville 4, Bedford 1, Sackville 3, Bedford 1. So it was a different thing in the playoffs, and so that's why we play the game.
When it means more, Sackville seems to come on top.
Langell has the puck, gets it in deep to Wolf. Bedford chases along. Grant at the front, at the point. Back to Wolf. Wolf in the corner, trying to avoid the check. Back to the point. To Grant. Grant looking for the shot, gets it through, but can't get it past that defender. Nice lead pass just behind number 8, Jack Bing. For checking again is Sackville, keeping the pressure in the Bedford zone. They'll gain control. To the point. Bedford has some room to get out now, and they have numbers. Nice lead pass up to Jardine. Jardine with the shot. Nice save by Bayshard. I'm saying Bayshard, we'll have to make sure about that with the goaltender. We didn't get the starting goaltenders at the beginning of this. It's definitely Matthew Yard for Bedford. Sackville coming the other way. They'll dump it in deep and then peel away to change. Bedford with lots of room, and we have our first. I believe it might be gloved ahead.
Believe so, yep.
Linesmen and referees are trying to discuss where the face-off's going to be. And the face-off's coming all the way down into the Sackville end. And it is indeed number 35, Alex Bayshard, in net for the Sackville Flyers. Face-off to his left. 13:52 to go here in the first period. Just getting underway, a bright and early start. I'd say one of those keys of the game, Nick, is certainly going to be who can wake up and get on their skates the fastest.
Absolutely. Early mornings are really tough, especially for kids these age. They love to sleep in, so be interesting to see.
And a long tournament. We were saying that for the two teams that get to the final, it'll be 6 games that they'll be playing in 4 days, as well as the number of nights in a hotel, maybe not sleeping the best.
Yeah.
I think who has that stamina at the end is really going to factor into who can prevail.
Exactly.
Play in the neutral zone. Sackville ends to gets control, dumps it in front. That's picked away nicely there by Stone. Stone whips it around the boards. Out to the neutral zone and fired right back in by Sackville. Murphy behind the net. Sorry.
In this case for Bedford, they did have the day off yesterday. They played their first 2 games on Thursday and the second 2 games on the Friday. So they had a little bit more of a rest than Sackville did.
Cook comes in with a shot off of the leg into the corner. Both teams going in for it. Bedford will gain control momentarily. Sackville does get it, though. Nice corner pass, breaking out. That first initial pass, ever so important to get out of your end. Nice move inside. Going to the backhand. Can't quite get there is Maloney. Deep into the corner. That's Wolf. Wolf lagging the puck. Looks to the point. Right back into the corner. Revels with it. Revels spins. Avoids one check. Gets the puck again. Once again back to the point. Wrist shot. And that one veers wide. Stanley comes in. Pinches in well. Keeps the puck deep in the Bedford zone. Some nice early pressure here by Sackville, even if it hasn't resulted in too many shots yet. Pass in front. That can't get there. Wide open. The shot. Big save, Yard.
Very nice save.
Our first golden opportunity of the game. Sackville once again with it. That gets back. Oh, little miscommunication. That's just out of the reach of defenseman Stanley. But Sackville able to keep the puck and keep it going in. So we're thinking that Sackville might be the stronger of the two teams based on the tournament so far, and even based on these two teams playing in their playoffs. And they have certainly started the game well. That shot just wide by Bedford, though. Puck at the half wall. Going back the other way is Grant. Grant stops. Spins away from traffic. A little miscommunication there as Grant was getting to the front of the net. Almost a good opportunity for Burden. Coming back the other way, knocked off the puck is number 17, Scott Jardine. Puck in the neutral zone. Both teams fighting for it. Bedford just gets it into the blue line. Sackville waiting, making a change. Lead pass right on the tape. Not controlled, though, by number 14, Alexander Langell. And Bedford comes away with it. Grant has it. Grant up to Price. Sackville going back in their own end. That one can't quite get out. Bell held them nicely by Bedford. They're behind the own net, and the net is off the moorings, and we'll have a whistle with 10:13 to go here in the first period. Officially, the shots on net are just 1-1. And here's that big save that we saw. It was a nice play right in front by Sackville. High in the slot, away from the defense. Going back the other way, we've got Langell with it. Langell's able to chip it out into the neutral zone. Murphy gets it to Maloney. Maloney waits for his teammate to tag up, has some room, chips it in deep. They're going to chip and chase Sackville as they have a really big team. A lot of really large forwards, Nick, and they've certainly done well forechecking throughout this tournament.
Absolutely, and the speed is key too. A lot of these bigger players tend to go a little slower. Not the case here for the Sackville players.
That one just strong enough down the ice to create the icing. 9:42 to go in the first period. Still a 0-0 tie.
Looking at shots on net, shots are one apiece here. So both teams playing a little bit more defensively than they are offensively, even though we've seen it more in Bedford's zone.
Face off to the left of Yard. Both teams fighting for it. Revels is going to come away with it, though. Sorry, Bethune. Oh, that was a close opportunity for Wolf, but he couldn't connect. Ray with a shot. That goes well wide. Back to the point. Fired back in deep. Bethune misses it. He'll get it back again. Tries in front. Picked off nicely by number 6, Callahan.
Horrible bounce there off the glass. Hit one of the moorings.
Bedford needs to be a little stronger with that first outlet pass. That first one was kind of weak. Held in very easily by Sackville. They're going to dump it right back in. They want to keep that pressure on. So far, they've actually maintained a lot of pressure, Nick, but once again, still just one really good shot on net. It was a good shot, but still just the one. So despite all the pressure in the first few minutes, it hasn't really resulted in a lot of shots.
It hasn't resulted in a lot of shots. All the shots that they have taken at the point have gone wide. They really need to get them on net and go for those rebounds.
Couple late changes there. Oh, a whole lot of people out there on the ice for Sackville. That's going to probably get the centerman kicked out, and it does. Sackville does have the last change, and so when Bedford came out with people, Sackville, if they're going to allow Bedford to come out, then Sackville, as the home team, does get the last change and are allowed that little bit of time to make that change if they're trying to match up.
Absolutely.
And these two teams, as we said, they know each other.
They know
I
each
mean,
other
I'm not
very
even
well.
counting tournaments.
Yeah.
We're just talking regular season
and playoffs.
And playoffs. That's 7 games, but they haven't met here in this tournament. Long shot from the point, easily taken out of the air by Alex Bayshard. He'll hang on for the faceoff.
Good shot attempt there by Bedford. As you say, both teams have seen each other so much throughout the year. I'm sure they're excited to be here in the semifinals playing each other once again to see who comes on top.
Face-off controlled by Bedford. Off the boards there is Broderick. Broderick's going to get it just to the point, though. Fired right back in. Going back the other way is Frazier. He goes D to D. That's Stanley with it. He can't control it, though. Delano with it. Back to the point. Here's a shot. That doesn't quite get through. That was Pedvis. Coming back in the other way, held in. This is Bedford having some nice control. There's a pass in front, a good move. Here's a shot. Just stripped away by the defense. Digging for it is Bedford, but Bayshard able to cover up the first really good opportunity for the Blues.
It was a great opportunity. Pass in front there. He was all alone and just tried to deke out the goalie and just couldn't get it there. Dekes out the defenseman, goes in for the shot, tries to deke the goalie, and the goalie stands his ground.
Long shot from the point. That goes off a bunch of bodies. Ramey gets it behind the net. Taken away nicely there by Wolf. Wolf hangs on to it, gets that first lead pass out. A little bit of time. Sackville able to get out of their zone. That's very nice. A very nice breakout. Coming back the other way. Murphy gets it around, but Sackville's able to get it again. That's Price. Price gets it back to Grant. Grant has some room, takes a wrist shot through a crowd, can't make it through the second Bedford player. Fired right back in. Rink wide, too hard for Hines. Sackville able to get it and throw it back at least to the blue line. In now. Ray can't quite control it. A bit of a sloppy in the neutral zone. Both teams trying to gain control. Hard check. There has been a lot of body contact so far. Both teams, I think maybe Nick trying to stay out of the penalty box. We've certainly seen in this tournament, cooler heads have not prevailed all the time.
However, Sackville had the least amount of penalty minutes throughout the tournament, so that plays good in their favor, especially coming into this game. They won the tournament award for having the least amount of penalty minutes against them. So,
controlled to Harper. Harper tries to get it in. It goes wide. Chip forward. That might not have enough to get all the way there. Chasing down is Ray. Ray Green going after him, and they both go down. Now some bodies are flying. Referees just let that go. No reason to call some early penalties. Did that go off anyone? No, it didn't. Thought it might have been a little deflection off that lead pass. It wasn't there. Icing coming all the way back down to the Flyer end.
we've seen a lot of power play goals throughout this tournament, so it is very crucial that you don't get any penalties called against you, because the power plays are very, very crucial.
Face off to the left to Bayshard. Controlled there by Frazier, but he loses it. Pass in front. That's going to go by everybody and out of the end. Green chasing it back for the Blues. He'll take it behind his own net. Stop. Look. Lead pass right off a Sackville player. It's going to go right back down. Sackville gaining control again. That gets to the point and held in. Long wrist shot, easily steered aside by Yard. Wolf taking off the puck nicely there by Delano. Delano gets it off the half wall, and they'll chip it into center to at least relieve the pressure. Coming back the other way, nice move through the middle, zigzagging through a couple players. Just too many orange shirts to get through for number 8, Jack Bing. Lead pass right to Bing again. He's going to have stolen. That gets in just a little too quick. Offside Flyers.
It's been a great tournament so far. Both teams changing here now. Still haven't had any penalty calls. Shots 3-2 in favor of Bedford, even though Sackville's had the most pressure.
Chipped in again. It's going to get into the neutral zone. That's a nice chip forward by Delano. Delano has it, has some room. Backhand glove save into the corner. Back beyond the net again is Ramey. Ramey tries to jam one through the short side. Squeeze it in there. Couldn't quite do it.
Nice save there by the Sackville goaltender. Keeping his ground, making sure this is a 0-0 game.
Face-off will be to Bayshard's left. Controlled by Bedford. Quick wrist shot. Half-hand on it, and Sackville will break out easily. Lead pass. That goes by everyone, and that should be an icing.
Nice forward pass attempt there. Just couldn't get a handle on it.
We're talking about penalties again and the importance of penalties, the importance of special teams. With the size of some of these players and the difference in size of some of these players, 13 and 14-year-olds for the most part, 15 if they've had a birthday sometime in 2016.
Yep.
There can be a big size difference, and head contacts have been a really big call in this tournament, Nick.
Head contact has been, I think, the most common call in this whole tournament, especially most of them have been 4 minutes.
Bit of a scrum there, and Bedford able to get through that puck and couldn't quite get it by Bayshard, though, as they were banging away at it. Bayshard able to cover it up just enough for the whistle to come. Bit of sloppy there, as you see right at the end. Jamming at it, but couldn't quite get it in. Bedford comes away again. Short side, off the blocker. That was close. Sackville having some issues getting out of their end now, as this game's going to fluctuate back and forth, as we said with previous scores. These teams have beaten each other over the course of the year. And although Sackville certainly had the better of the two teams in the second half of the season, the first half, I think the Blues were on top.
From the beginning of the season, the Blues were definitely on top, as you said earlier. But throughout the season, Sackville has probably gelled together better as a team. Coach has probably coached them very well, and that's what made them a little bit better as the season progressed.
Both teams fighting to keep the puck, to get the puck. Bedford does come away with it. Nice lead pass. That's Delano. Delano's going in. He's got a break. The deke. It's a hook. Will we see a penalty shot? No, it's just a hook.
That's the first penalty of the game here, so Sackville will be going on the penalty kill here. Here we see the replay. Hook right in the stomach area of Bedford player. So we're going to have the first power play of the game here for the Bedford Blues, and let's see if they can capitalize on it.
Early opportunities. Bedford actually here getting a few more shots with some pressure. Early in the game, Sackville had pressure that didn't result in shots. Here lately, Bedford's had pressure, and it has resulted in shots. Murphy being chased down by Revels. Murphy gets to it first. Off to Jardine. Jardine spins, has lots of room. Maybe a lead pass. No, Bing was going through the middle. Jardine has room, though. Gains the blue line. Wrist shot off the stick into the mesh. Good active stick there by the Sackville defenders.
Face-off will be to the left of
Bayshard.
Yep. Still 1:39 left in the Sackville penalty kill here. Sackville was looking for a change, and they are going to get it. The referees are going to allow it.
But the lateness of the change means that, and teams kind of realize this is going to happen, and a lot of times they'll actually put a winger and pretend like the winger is going to take the face-off, realizing they're just going to get tossed
out anyways,
and the person that they really want in is going to end up taking the face-off.
Yep.
Lots of time for Sackville to gather that in. Going in hard is Price. Price is going to get there. Whoa, little adventurous there by Matthew Yaird, able to get the puck, though. No harm, no foul for the goaltender. He actually was able to play it and get it to his player. Sackville coming the other way. Once again, it's at the blue line. Both teams fighting for it. Sackville able to get it back into the Bedford zone. 1 minute left in the power play. Good active stick once again by Sackville. Coming back the other way. We've got Ivanov. He gets it in deep. Bayshard will stop it behind the net, leave it for his defenseman. You have to have good communication there. You can really get in trouble. Pass in front, the shot. Big save. Great opportunity for Bedford there. Bayshard equal to the task. Coming back the other way, still 36 seconds. Nice move in the middle. Sackville finally gets it at least to the half board, out to the outside. Bing with it again. Bing's taking his time, looking in front. He's got some room. He'll circle in front himself. Runs into a couple of Sackville defenders, though, and it's cleared down the ice.
That big save by
Bayshard.
Keep forgetting his name here, sorry. That big save by Bayshard, it looked to me like that went off the post. We'll take a look at the replay here, I'm sure, when we get a break.
That one gets dumped in deep. Chasing back after it is Grant. Grant has it, has some time, takes a look. Fans on the clearing attempt, though. Right on the spot is Ramey. He'll go get the puck behind the net. Pass in front. Right there for Bedford again. Both teams scrambling for it. They can't find it. There's a shot. Another great opportunity for Bedford. Back to the point to Green. Green with a long shot. That one just goes wide.
Bedford with lots of pressure here late in the first period.
What you don't like as a team is to have all this pressure, all these shots, and not actually come through and put one in the net. That can come back to bite you. Back in front, once again, the shot. That one's, I'm sure if it was the defense of the goaltender, I was blocked from view, but another opportunity. Coming the other way is Ray. He's wide, takes the hard shot. Yaird gobbles it up into the breadbasket. Keeps the puck covered for the whistle with 1:40 to go in the first period. We're all still knotted up at 0 apiece.
Shots 9-3 in favor of Bedford. That power play opportunity that they had really shined for them. They had very good opportunities. A couple of great saves by Bernard, and it's still knotted up at 0. Referee's going to talk to the Sackville coach here, talking about something on the bench.
Whatever it was brief. And if you're going to talk to one, you have to talk to the other to say what it is. They don't want to feel out of the loop.
Exactly.
Back to the point, wrist shot. Doesn't get through the crowd. Able to keep in, though. Kept in by Sackville. Dumped into the corner. That's Wolf. Wolf has it. Nice back pass there to O'Hearn. O'Hearn stops. Gets it to Harper. Cross ice. Tries to go through a crowd. That's going to be hard to get through the legs. Held in nicely, though, at the point. And Sackville's going to come back again. They just get to center, though, before Bedford's able to turn it around and go the other way. Cook with a hard shot. He gets his own rebound off the Sackville defense, goes into the corner, chips it behind the net, looking in front again. That seems to be where their opportunities are. Bedford finds that open ice. Back to the point. Murphy with a long shot. Blocked nicely by O'Hearn. That one might have stung a bit. It seemed to get him up in the body. But he doesn't seem any worse to wear, Nick. He's still skating hard.
Still skating hard, yep.
Spinning around is Jardine. Lots of room. Not really pressured. He'll flip it in and chase. Going in after it is Black. Black gets there first, but Jardine does get control of the puck. Pass in front again. A one-time attempt. Just misses. Jardine behind the net. Back to Jardine. He'll look in front again. That's where the opportunities have been. Tries to sneak one through the short side. Gets it again. Another shot. That goes wide. Covering up the short side is Bayshard. Both teams fighting behind the puck. The referee's going to want them to just move that puck. Wolf still looking for it. Only one Bedford player. That one's going to go up to the blue line and dumped right back in. Sackville coming back the other way. Just 4 seconds to go here in the first period. And as if I just looked at the clock, there's the horn.
Shots in favor of Bedford, 9-3. Pressure both ways in this first game. Power play opportunity for Bedford. We're going to take a quick break here as both teams take a quick timeout, and we'll be back here with the second period.
Welcome back, hockey fans, to the Nova Scotia Hockey Bantam AA Provincials, coming to you live from the Yarmouth Mariner Centre in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, being brought to you by MC Media in partnership with Eastlink Television. We're glad you could join us. My name's David Doucette, and with me today, Nick Doucette. And no, we're not related. It's a familiar name down these parts.
It is, absolutely. We're going to have the start of the second period here. Bedford had most pressure at the end of the first. We'll see if Sackville can come back and create their own opportunities here in the second.
Hasn't been a really rough game. Not a lot of bodies being thrown. There's not a lot of reckless checking happening, and therefore just that one penalty.
Yeah, both teams playing very defensively, I find. They don't want to give up the first goal, so it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening. This doesn't go to a shootout in the semifinals. We will have overtime until somebody wins if there is no goals.
Still lots of time for that first goal to come through. It'll shock me if this one ends up at 0-0. Fighting hard for it the other way is Price. Price comes away with it, taken off the puck, but then nicely picked up by Maloney. Maloney passes in front, steered away nicely by the Blues defense. Just to the point, but the Blues are going to come away with it now. Going hard this way is Burden. Check that, that's Jardine. Jardine gets it towards the goaltender. Bayshard able to just easily cover that up. .14:08 to go here in the second period. Face-off be to the right of goaltender Alex Bayshard. Controlled by Bedford. Back to the point. Hard slap shot through a crowd. Deflected. Can't get through. Bedford there first, but they could not capitalize on that puck that was laying there so nicely.
That rebound, you got to go after it for sure.
Wolf cross ice. There's some room. Wrist shot hard. Steered aside by Yard. Back into the corner to the point. That one's going to just make it outside the blue line. Broderick with it. Broderick fires it back in. Usually Sackville does play the dump and chase game. They have a big team. They forecheck well. And they tend to do well in the opposition's end.
They have a very good triangle going, I find. Especially the forwards know exactly where they are, where they need to be. And their passing is excellent when it comes to forechecking.
Hard wrist shot. That just goes high. Back to Broderick. Broderick's going to dump it in. Let go. Sackville. Back to Broderick. Broderick with a hard wrist shot through a crowd, off the chest. The puck's there. Almost had the ball, wrong sport. Pass in front, shot. That one tries to squeeze into the short side, but Yard able to close the pad. Back to Broderick. Broderick keeps it in. Once again, Sackville now at the beginning of this period showing the aggression and keeping the possession in the Bedford zone. Back to the point, no shooting lane. Fired into the corner. That's Wolf again. Wolf looks. Back to Broderick. This line's been out there for a long time. Cross ice, Grant with a shot, and it's in! Our first goal at 12:35 of the second period. I'm not sure if it was Grant or if it was deflected in front, Nick.
It was deflected in front. I'm not sure who deflected it, but nice shot from the point, and the deflection made it go past the Bedford goalie. We'll see a replay here from the camera one angle here. We'll see it go to the point. It'll shot, and then it was deflected right into the net.
We'll wait for the official scorekeeper. If he doesn't say Grant's name, we'll find out who deflected it.
Exactly. 1-0 here, Sackville.
Dumped in. Murphy gets it back to neutral ice. And it was number 15, Morgan Ray, with the deflection in front. The shot from Black from the point. Once again, Sackville has it. Pass in front. Quick wrist shot. That's in! No goal. They're calling no goal. And the no goal is because the net is off the moorings.
Net got pushed off before the puck went in the net. So
Yard, no chance on that one either, because it was number 17, Garrett O'Hearn, with the shot.
Yeah.
It went off of a Bedford player and it's deflected into the open net.
Absolutely. And the pass, it was a behind the hand pass there. I forget which Sackville player passed it, but what a beautiful pass right in the slot. Shot went right in the net. Too bad the net was off, though.
Another shot. These shots evening up quite a bit right now. Back along the side. Revels keeps it in. He's got it again. Good opportunity for Bedford. That's a shot and a save. The rebound, pass in front. Oh, it just slides by everybody. Both players bang. I think we're getting a little more hitting here in the second period. Both coaches probably saying it's time to play the game we normally play. Don't play scared. Play to win.
Exactly. Bedford needs to pick it up here as that goes offside. Needs to start hitting more, throwing more bodies around, get more physical, applying more pressure.
We've certainly seen a little more physicality early here in the second period, Nick, than we did in the first period.
Both teams didn't want to get scored on in the first, and now that Sackville has that first goal, Bedford's got to apply more pressure here and start going after it more.
But for Bedford Psyche, in the first period, they had here's a great opportunity right in front. The deke, the shot, big save! Bing, on the doorstep. Pushed aside by Bayshard. Again, the shot. Another save. That time was number 15, Delano, that Bayshard made the save on. Bayshard coming up big 2 times in a row. Coming hard the other way is Langell. Langell goes high off the glass. Sackville regroups. A little bit of time. Cross ice. There could be an opportunity here. Skating hard for it is Wolf. Wolf's is going to get there in time. Both teams go after it. No penalty there.
There's a high stick, I think, but no call from the referees on either play.
Wolf really skating hard. Good effort by the Blues defense to get back and actually break that up. Bing gets it in front. Oh, almost deflected towards his own net by number 7, Stanley. Back behind the net. Oh, a one-timer attempt. That puck was like kind of floating and would have been a great baseball hit for Bing to be able to hit that one out of the air. Coming in, it's Bing again. We're calling his name a lot on this shift, and yes, he has been on for a while. He's peeling off to change right now along with the rest of the forwards. Burden in the corner. Great move.
Sackville players have been on a long time, just like that first goal for Bedford.
Back behind the net. Bedford has it. They take the time. The shot, kick save, rebound. Bedford can't control the rebound. Both teams fighting for it. Sackville able to get it out. And into the Blues end. Counter-attacking right away of the Blues, dumping it in deep. Bayshard will stop it behind his own net. Hard along the glass. That'll get to the point. Held in momentarily. Coming hard the other way. Wolf, he's got one with him. Passes it over. Spin move to the backhand. The backhand shot. Couldn't get much on it. Easily handled by Yaird. Sackville again with it. Deep slot. Big wrist shot. Just wide. Number 18, Colby Grant. Both teams fighting for it. Burden comes away. Nice lead pass right on the stick. Hard to control, though. And we have a penalty. Head contact, our favorite penalty of the game, of the tournament.
Most common one. I think it's going to go against Sackville here. So Bedford will have their first power play opportunity of the game.
Is it 2 or is it 4?
Nobody's in the box yet. Wondering, oh, there we go.
And it's 4.
4 minutes.
Number 10, Connor Wolf.
This is a great opportunity for Bedford here to capitalize on that.
Bedford, who had already been turning the tide a little bit here in the second period, just like in the first. It seems each team has their opportunities to apply a lot of pressure. So far, Sackville, the only team to actually push a goal across, though. Bing has it. He'll wait. No shooting lane. Oh, back pass. Going to get back to Bing in the corner, though. Takes his time. Little too much time. Sackville unable to clear it, though, as he hit his own player, and they're not going to get that out. Fired right in front. There's the puck just laying there, and Bayshard able to steer it aside. Bedford coming away with it again on the backhand. Back to the point. Hard slap shot through a crowd. Save Bayshard.
A little sloppy defensive play there by Sackville. They started grouping up together and wasn't keeping that box the way they should on their penalty kill.
And as a result, after 36 seconds, that first PK unit is coming off, and the second one's coming back on.
Yeah.
Face off to the left of Bayshard. Back deep into the corner. Blues taking a look. They've had a lot of luck deep in the slot. You can see that the Sackville player's head on a swivel in front there, making sure he keeps track of where that defenseman is. Back to Barkhouse. Barkhouse in the corner. We've seen this a lot on power plays. Beautiful attempt. Great attempt at the side of the net. Deflected, but just wide. Good look there going on that weak side. Gets back to the point. Barkow's able to keep it in. He'll go hard off the glass. Once again, it's Jardine with it now. Jardine goes for the give and go. Slid across, and that one broken up by the defense. Great opportunity to see. Here's Jardine again. Tries for the short side, and it's wide. Bing has the puck. Into the corner. Sackville will get there first, but Bing's going to stop it along the wall, back in the front. It goes to the point. The windup, the shot. Deflected wide. Jardine again with it. Delano, back to Jardine. Jardine looking for the cross ice pass. Bing trying to sneak in there, can't quite make it through. Bing taking off the puck. Two Sackville players fighting for it. Great work for Bedford to get away with it. That's Jardine again. Jardine stops, goes the other way. Taking a look. Back to the point. That one's a little slow on that pass. Lucky it wasn't broken up by Sackville. Another pass across the crease. They just can't connect.
Sackville doing a great job with their box. They're not grouping up like they were the last penalty kill line.
Sackville looking to get it. They can't chip it. Barkhouse gets it in. He loses a stick. This will get to the point and hop over. I can't believe this PK has anything left. Two people chasing. That was ill-advised as it just takes them both out of the play.
Both teams have had their shifts on for over 2 minutes here as their penalties go down to about a minute and a half left here.
Lots of time. There was a lead pass. It's a shame he didn't see it because breaking out was number 14, and he just quite couldn't get there in time. And that was Langell that could have had a breakaway basically on the penalty kill. Bedford coming the other way. Hard check. Sackville faithful, didn't enjoy it. Sackville able to get it again. It's chipped up to Langell. Langell's going to get another opportunity. Tries to chip it in right off the mask of number 20, Keegan Murphy. Bedford, that one a blind pass through the middle and easily picked up by Sackville. 51 seconds to go in this 4-minute power play. A lot of opportunity for Bedford.
Can't seem to capitalize on it though.
Coming hard the other way is Ramey. Ramey goes in, he's got some room, goes to his heart, goes across, tries that far side, and it just sneaks wide. Long slap shot, that one's high and wide. Going back the other way is Murphy again, he'll dump it into the corner. Burden has it, stops, turns. Once again, Bedford controlling the puck, back to Burden, they're cycling it back and forth. They've got lots of room to cycle it with the power play. They're going to come away with it, great move by Burden, here's a shot, just goes wide. Burden once again on the puck, spins away from the check, has some room, looks for the pass. That could have been difficult. You don't expect those sudden shots when you're expecting a pass. Instead, Bedford has it, going for the short side, goes upstairs, can't sneak it up that nice little hole above the glove side. Back to the point, Murphy has it. That cheer you hear is the Sackville faithful applauding a 4-minute penalty kill here in the second period. Not without opportunities for Bedford, though.
Not without opportunities at all. Both teams very composed during the power play and penalty kill.
That one's going to get out. It's pretty close to the defenseman, but just out of his reach. And will take a whistle. It's been a while.
It's been a long time coming, for sure. 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the second period. Shots in favor of Bedford, 17-12.
Bedford gets it again. Sackville able to get it to the blue line and just into the neutral zone. Bedford needs to tag up, so that should give Sackville plenty of time to break out of their own end. Grant has the puck, gets that first lead pass. The secondary pass just to dump into the neutral zone again. It seems when one team applies pressure, the other team loses its ability to break out cleanly. Once again, Bedford coming back the other way. Here's an opportunity. The shot. Blocker save. Once again, Bayshire coming up strong. Wolf behind his own net. Gets it to the blue line. Not quite out. Yes, it is. I see the linesman's hand up, but Sackville able to clear the zone anyway. Wolf coming back the other way. He'll go hard to his left. Stop. Take a look. He goes cross ice, gets to the defense. There is a shooting lane, wrist shot, through a crowd, steered aside by Yaird. Not much on that one. Back to the point to Grant. No shooting lane this time, so he just dumps it in deep. Wolf back there, gets it. Leaves it behind. Ray to Wolf, picked off by the Bedford defense. Hard off the boards. pinching in is Broderick. And Sackville is able to keep it in. Ray dumps it in deep. Wolf going in after it. Lucky there, when you start getting your stick up against the boards, very easily can be a cross-checking or a boarding call. Bedford been very good at staying out of the penalty box.
The referees have been doing a great job themselves, too.
And to the players' point, they haven't given the referees a lot to call. And they are letting them play. And honestly, if the game's not out of control, I'd rather see the game decided on the ice and not by the men in stripes.
Very true.
Dump back in, that goes high off the glass. Gonna be kept in though by Rebels. Rebels with a nice move, but can't quite get away. Shot by Black, that one's gonna go off a number of players before going behind the net. High off the glass, and that one's gonna make it into the neutral zone. Banged right back in, Sackville makes some changes. Bedford with time to move. That's, almost lost behind his own net. Sackville is gonna get it. Once again, it's Sackville's turn for pressure. It is back and forth. It's not a back and forth game. It seems like sustained pressure by one team at a time.
That's exactly what's happening. They're each very composed when in their own zone applying pressure. The defensemen have been keeping it in the line for most of the time when it goes to them.
Black with a shot that gets through a bunch of people, and the puck was just laying there, but Sackville couldn't get there in time to bang it into the far side. Rebels can't quite get that puck. Good work by Jardine. Both players going for it. Taken off the play by Delano. And we do have a penalty, and this could be a boarding.
Yep.
It is indeed.
It is a boarding call. I was going to say nice hit there by Balam.
It was borderline. It really was. It wasn't too dangerous. It wasn't that reckless. He got a bit to the side, but
it was from behind.
It was callable.
Yep. It was definitely callable, and the referee decided to make that call. So another power play opportunity here for Sackville.
Sackville with a great opportunity with 2:01 to go here in the second period with a power play to get that insurance goal and go up by 2 before going in. And here's a great opportunity. The rebound, the shot, big save. Number 11, Ethan Price, robbed by Yaird.
Breakaway opportunity there for Price, and just couldn't deke out Baird.
Price gets it. Up to Wolf. We've called Wolf's name a lot. When he's on the ice, he has the puck a lot. He stops. Probably back to the point. No, he's waiting. Waiting for Sackville to get to the point, or get in front of the net, and create some havoc. Back to Wolf. To Black. Black with a wrist shot. Nobody in front really creating any type of deflection opportunity or screen opportunity. They're going to stay along the outside. Black gets it. One-timer. Big shave. The rebound. The shot. Sliding over. Great lateral movement by goaltender Matthew Yaird.
What a save there by Yaird. Absolutely great play there. Went back and forth. Nice shot from the point from Frazier for Sackville, but Yaird there to make not one but 2 or 3 great saves on that opportunity.
That was second one especially as we see the rebound. Go ahead. Oh,
yeah.
No, we're just seeing the cover up at this point. But that first save was a great save, but it brought him over to one side of the net, and he had to get over laterally right away and make that pad save. That was a great save.
It was unbelievable, yeah. What a great save there by Yaird on that play.
Bedford controls it, but it gets just back to the point. Once again, hard wrist shot. That's going to go off the skate, not get too far. Sackville has it. They dump it in deep, able to maintain control. Less than a minute to go here in the second period. That's Wolf in the corner again. Wolf to Black. Black with a wrist shot. That's not going to get through, but it goes almost to Price. Price will get it in the corner, spins away from the check. Good fortune. Oh, no. Price able to almost keep it in, but Bedford does able to get to the neutral zone. Sackville has to tag up before Wolf can get in. And that gives the defense time to get it at least to the neutral zone. Black's waiting. That could go all the way down as Black head to see the person in front of him. And no, they're keeping the face-off there. Usually that's going to at least get down to the secondary.
Yeah. The fans are complaining for it to go all the way down because it looked like it was a blatant offside, but I'm just going to keep it outside the blue line here.
The play was right in front of Black, and he decided to bring it in, so it was. 29 seconds to go. Still on power play for Sackville. Sackville trying to get that second goal. Gets to the point. Cross ice to Grant. That's a little too hard in front of him. Skating, both teams skating for it, and that Bedford's going to get it out, and they're going to break away with the puck. Here's Jardine. Jardine has room. The wrist shot off a player and wide. Nice play there by Harper. Harper gets it over. It's going to go back to Harper. Just 6 seconds left. Unless it's a big long lead pass, Sackville might be happy just with the 1-goal lead. And that's where we're going to end this second period. After one complete, our score, the Sackville Flyers 1, Bedford Blues no score. Any thoughts, Nick?
It's been a great 2 periods, as we see here. Not very many penalties, even on the penalty front, especially that double minor that happened. Very defensively played couple of periods. Either team really wasn't doing much offensively. They were doing it very defensively at that. But Sackville coming away here 1-0 is very good for them. Bedford has to come back strong and have to come back physical and have to get that tying goal. Shots even, 17-14 in favor of Bedford. But for the most part, it's been back and forth in one zone or another. Not a whole lot of center zone play here. So we'll see what happens here in the third, and we'll be back with the third period.
Welcome back, hockey fans, to our continuing coverage of the 2016 Bantam AA Provincial Championships, coming to you from Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, from the Yarmouth Mariner Centre. Coming to you from MC Media in partnership with Eastlink Television. My name's David Doucette. With me today, Nick Doucette. Nick, an exciting first two periods.
Absolutely exciting first two periods. Sackville's up 1-0 here, but it's been very back and forth between both teams. As we said before, both teams have seen each other throughout the year. Sackville has come on top later on in the year compared to Bedford earlier on, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to happen here today. So it'll be very interesting to see the last period of play here to see if Bedford can come back.
That's chipped in deep. Bedford applying some early pressure. Sackville coming away with it. They'll go along the half wall to Langell. Langell stops. That's not going to get cleared well enough, and Bedford comes away with it. Here's the shot, just wide of Bichard. And that's right, I'm saying it correctly now, Mom. We were told. Back to the point. Coming hard the other way. Pass over, one-timer shot. Bichard handles it. Bedford once again gets it. Another wrist shot. This one's a blocker save by Bichard. Good thing we've got that name correction. In front, neither team, and that one does finally get in. Sackville goes, it's in the feet of the Sackville defense. They couldn't find it, they couldn't clear it, and after numerous attempts in under a minute, Bedford ties her up.
1-1 hockey game. Rebound control was key here for Bichard, if I said that correctly. And letting up all those rebounds gives the opportunity here. So we'll see here on the replay. Whacking at it, and the goal happens there right in the feet of that Sackville player. Couldn't find it and puts it to the net.
The Bedford fans certainly joyous that this game is tied. I didn't expect it to be a 0-0 game. I didn't expect it to be a 1-0 game, and it'll still surprise me if that's the last one we see this period, Nick.
Both teams are going hard here in the last period of play. We'll see if Sackville can come back.
Pass in front, hard shot, goes off a skate. Going back the other way is Maloney. Maloney fires it in front, but picked off by Bedford. Nice lead pass. Coming hard the other way is Delano. Delano goes hard to the right. Going into the boards. Still with the puck. Good work to keep control of the puck. Cross ice pass. That one a little weak. Easily picked off by number 3, Brock Bethune. Coming back the other way is Bedford. They'll dump it in deep. Bichard stops it. Fires it around. Good reversal. Bad reception of pass by Bethune, though, as that should have been an easy, quick breakout. Now it's Ramey having trouble with the puck. Fresh coat of ice, basically, and it makes things a little slipperier. There you go.
Fresh ice is always great. Puck moves much faster, much cleaner.
We say that as the puck skips over the stick of defenseman Black. Good breakout once again by Sackville. Sackville dumps it forward. Nice lead pass going to Rebels. Rebels, I guess that chip forward is on the other side of the red line. And it was just a little ahead of Rebels for the icing call. Faceoff will come back to the right of goaltender Alex Bichard.
First icing of the period here. See who can win the draw.
Coming out that way is Stanley. Stanley has it. Stops. Off the wall. Bethune. That gets, oh boy, that was tricky as Frazier went to glove it down, missed it. And that fooled his goaltender as it just skipped by the far side. Bedford comes away with it. They've got room. Quick wrist shot off of a leg and attempted on the rebound, and they couldn't get a hold of it. Coming back the other way is Rebels. Rebels has the puck. Puts it a little too far in front of him. Wolf has it. Makes a nice move to get away. 1 forechecker. Gets it into the corner. No one there for Sackville yet, though. They have 2 bodies there now, and Wolf comes up with the puck. He'll go back to the point. Wrist shot. Pretty weak. More of a pass, I think. Wolf behind the net. Goes in front. No, nowhere near his own player. Skipping back the other way for Bedford is Ivanov. Ivanov goes across to Green. Green tries to get it out. That's going to get out, and Bedford's going to make some changes. Stanley circles and stops. Looks for Revels. Revels will come back to the puck. Makes a nice move to get away from O'Hearn. But that gets back in. Back again with Sackville. Sackville spinning away. Not going to get too far. Coming back is Ramey. That's Jardine. Jardine with the slap shot. That's just wide. Follows his own rebound. Big save, Bichard.
Nice save there by Bichard.
Bedford controlling some early play here in the third period. That one bounces up high. Tried to slap it out of the air. Just misses it. Sackville's going to gain the blue line, gain the center line. All by himself, though. That's Wolf trying to barrel through and do everything. And he did a lot.
Got it in the corner. Still has control of it.
Now he's going to go change. That took a lot out of him. That clearing attempt goes high into the mesh. And we'll have a face-off inside the Bedford zone. Unless it was tipped.
Here we're going to see a replay of that shot attempt there. Goes wide. Goes after the rebound. And nice save there by Bichard.
Face-off to Yard's right. Bedford controls it. Hard along the wall. That's going to get past everybody and clear the zone. Grant skates hard for it. That might make it all the way down the ice. It does, but the icing is waved off. Grant loses control in his skates. Good forechecking by Bedford. Back into the corner. Coming back forward is Sackville. That's Price. Price with the lead pass. 2 lead passes to Langell. Hit him in the back of the skates twice. Sackville having issues. Not making those crisp, clean passes. A little back on their heels. Full credit to Bedford. Grant comes up, goes off the wall. Hard slap shot. Oh, that's off of a head. Green with a hard slap shot. And the referee's actually saying off of a stick because he was waiting to call it if Bedford had touched the puck again. Good play by Burden intercepting that puck in the neutral zone. Just gets it in a little too fast. Offside. Burden might not be the biggest player out there, but whenever he's on the ice, he controls a lot of the play.
He definitely does. He's a great stick handler, great skater. He does extremely well on the ice. Great team player. Doesn't afraid to pass the puck when he needs to, and really good.
Sackville gets control, but only to the blue line. Back and forth. We had mentioned during the intermission how there hadn't been a whole lot of just neutral zone play back and forth. That the play had been in each zone, and we've been able to call a lot of at least opportunities, even if they weren't always shots on net. It has been a little bit sloppy here, as once again, with the score the way it is, maybe they're a little tentative, Nick, like they were at the beginning of the game.
They're playing a little bit more defensively, for sure. But having said that, they're still trying to make opportunities happen. Just try not to give up that next goal as it being tied.
Comes to Harper, an attempt to deflection by Ray, but he just misses it. Chip forward, once again pinching into Sackville. They're unable to hold the zone this time, but fire it right back in. Yard stops it for his defense. Forechecking coming in, goes off of an arm. Chip forward, Bedford should get the blue line. They do, nice move. Going hard that way is Delano. Delano tries to get through a couple bodies. A little bit of a slap after he got knocked down there, but no call. Sackville going back in their own end. Bedford peeling off, making changes. There is some time for Sackville to find room. Chip forward, off of a linesman, picked up again by Sackville. They'll dump it in deep, and they'll make changes. 8:34 to go here in the third period. Still a 1-1 tie. Jardine misses that puck. Gets the Burden. Up to the center zone, and Frazier fires it in. Good move by Callahan. Callahan clears the zone. Skating hard the other way forward is number 7, Stanley. Off the boards. That's going to get to the blue line, and not quite out yet. Sackville are able to get it out this time, and now we have a hooking penalty.
Going against Sackville. Another power play opportunity here for Bedford. It's going to be 2 minutes. Shots, Bedford has had most pressure. Shots 23-14 into the third period here with 8 minutes left to go in the third. This is a great opportunity for Bedford to capitalize on that and give them a lead they haven't had in this game yet.
Booking penalty to number 5, Matthew Rebels. As you said, a golden opportunity for Bedford to go ahead in this game midway through the third period. We've seen control from both teams on power plays. Not so much always great opportunities, but at least control in the zone. Jardine breaks in, has time, goes to his right. That's Delano. Delano gets to the point. It'll go back to him. He's got some room, finds some space, takes a shot, in! Delano snipes one that goes off Bishard's arm up to the top shelf. 27 seconds into that power play. Bedford takes the 1-goal lead.
First lead of the game here for Bedford, and a great time to have that lead with 7:35 to go in the third period. Really nice shot there by Bing. As we see here on the replay, puck possession is key, has it right in the hash marks, and right in the top right-hand corner, shoots that up. Nice shot there by the Bedford forward.
2-1 Bedford, halfway through the third period. Bedford breaking in again. Nice move, got some space, goes to the deep, just throws it out in front. Nobody there in time for Bedford to pick up that pass. And it was Delano with that goal. A little sloppy in the corner of Sackville, and Bedford comes in and checking. 2 bodies in there for Sackville, but Bedford comes away, goes to the point, hard slap shot, puck on edge. Nice blocker save, Bichard. Back in front. Pass in front again, once again, high slot, there's a wrist shot, it goes off the stick. Sackville looking to find it, it's knocked down, scrambling in front. Bedford still applying that pressure. Sackville cannot get that puck out of the zone. They've got time now. There was lots of time to gain that zone, but they decided to ice it and take the face off. And I'm not going to say Black didn't do what his coach might have been yelling for him to do from the bench.
You never know in that case there, but he had a lot of time, and puck possession is key in this game. Contain the puck, so he had time to go and skate it out or even pass it up. He had a man up there to get it down in the zone and then make a change, but icing is what they decided to do.
And we have seen some ebbs and flows in this game going both ways for sustained pressure. And I fully expect that in this last 6.5 minutes, we'll see another ebb go in favor of Sackville. Back to the point to Stanley. He's got room, takes a fake shot, just a little in the feet of the pass. There's a wrist shot off of a leg and wide. Bedford's going to get it, fire it down the ice right on net. Fired up. That was not a great play by Bishard to get rid of it. There's a goal! Bishard plays the puck, unable to get it past the defender, and it might have been Burden.
That was Burden.
It was indeed Burden who picked that puck up, came in, made a great deke, and put it by Bishard. An all-important goal to go up to, an insurance goal, that's the word.
What a play there by Burden, for sure. Goalie gets it, Burden picks it up, dekes right by both defenders here and the goalie and just puts it in the wide open net. We're going to have a timeout here for Sackville, going down 2 goals. 6 minutes left to go in the third. They need to come back by 2. A great call there by the coach to calm them down, get them settled in, get a plan going here in the third period and see what they can go for offense here.
I think a quick time for a shout out here. We've had some people that have been watching us, our web streaming through MC Media, and we'd just like to say hello with their comments. We know they're watching to a couple that we've seen a lot, Sandra Harper and an Eric Stewart. So hello from MC Media.
Absolutely. It's nice to see comments on our stream. We've been averaging about 150-ish.
Live views and over 1,000 replays and anywhere up to 2,000 replays I think through this tournament. So it's been really, really well viewed. Bedford, a lot of jump in their step with that 2-goal lead. That's Bing that's in there applying pressure now. Sackville really has to do something. They don't need 2 goals right away, but they need to chip away because time is not on their side. Sackville offside. That one gets out. Chip forward. Bedford gets it in. Kind of a high check there, no call. Sackville coming the other way. If Sackville wants to get in this game, they still have to play the way they have played through portions of this game.
Absolutely.
They can get back in this game, Nick.
They absolutely can. They played pressure earlier in the game. They need to get that step back into their game, get the adrenaline going. The adrenaline is on Bedford's side with those 2 goals. They got to make some more offense, make some plays, get the adrenaline going, and that'll create the opportunities they need.
And that momentum is key, and I think it's key regardless of where you play hockey, but I think even more so at certain age ranges. And this is where we said Bantam, the 13 and 14-year-olds, and you can get down on yourself quicker, you can be high on yourself quicker.
Yep.
And I think that we might be seeing a little bit of this, and we have to see whether or not Sackville can actually get back into this game.
Absolutely.
Held in at the point by Sackville. They do have the puck in. Chip forward.
Big hit there by the Bedford player. It's getting a little chippy there on that play.
That was Delano that was on the ice. I'm actually not sure who the call is going to be on.
It's going to be on Bedford.
And it's number 15, Matthew Delano.
Going in for boarding.
So great opportunity for Sackville with 4:44 remaining to get this, to make this a 1-goal game. We're looking at the shots on net. It's 27-14 for Bedford. So I think right now the score and the shots on net are actually making some sort of sense.
Yeah.
There's a correlation there.
There is a correlation, but Sackville has had a lot of opportunities. So we can't take that away from them.
That's Price with the puck. He's waiting. Good traffic right in front of Yard. Harper back to the point to Black. Just right around the outside. Bedford happy that they'll stay there for 2 minutes. Back to Black. Black looking for a scoring opportunity. There's a rebound, and it goes through the crease. That one whipped towards the net in hopes of something happening. Price with it again. He spins away from the forecheck. Cross ice pass to Harper. Nice move. Harper takes a wrist shot through a crowd, easily handled by the defenseman off of his body. He'll get it forward, and they'll clear the zone. Burden gets it that far. The defenseman gets it to the blue line. Black going back the other way. Quick counterattack. It's Wolf coming in now. He'll stop and start. Langell setting up deep in the slot. He'll go towards the net. They need some traffic in front. Langell is providing that right now. There's a wrist shot. That goes wide, and Yard didn't see it. So having that traffic in front, because Langell's a big body, hard to see by him. Back to the point. Goes through, deflected off Sackville into the corner. 47 seconds to go in this power play. Once again, good pressure, but really just one shot so far. Sackville has it. Harper coming in, pass in front, goes off a skate, stopped at the point, and that is going to go all the way down the ice.
That was, he could have not touched that puck, and he decided to do it, so they're going to go all the way down to Sackville's zone, have that face-off.
But with Bedford bearing down on him, if he hadn't, the face-off down his end was better than the breakaway going down his end.
Absolutely.
33 seconds to go in this power play. 3:17 to go in the game. Bedford with a 2-goal lead. Bedford Blues 3, Sackville Flyers 1. Breaking out, one last opportunity. Chip shot, nice lead pass to Ray. Ray's got some room, puts the defenseman on his hip, tries to make some room, but couldn't quite do much with the puck. It gets back to the point. Grant tries to hold it in, wind up the shot. Not much on that one. Ray's going to get to the puck, but it's stopped at the blue line. Wrist shot, deflection. Sackville gets it once again off the Bedford player. Ooh, they go to fire it. I think it went off the bench. It didn't matter. Coming back the other way is Delano again. Delano with a wrist shot, handled by Bichard. He'll play it to his defense. And he didn't quite play it quick enough. Whistle blown. Both teams at full strength. 2:41 remaining. Sackville's going to have to do something soon.
They got to do something. Got to get the pressure going in the Bedford zone. They had a lot of pressure during that power play opportunity, but no shots. You know, you're going to miss every shot you don't take. As we see a close-up of Spears, number 19 for the jersey of the Sackville Flyers player.
And hard the other way. Sackville coming out with it. They'll chip it in. They were outside the red line. We'll see whether or not it's icing. Good effort there by Sackville to go in and get that puck. That's number 5, Revels again. He's got it. Taking a look. Goaltender has not come out of the crease, out of the goal yet, and it's probably a good thing. as a nice play by number 6, Callahan, to stop that puck, block that puck, and then clear his zone. Going back the other way is Murphy. Murphy with a long clearing, and he'll take the icing because right now, killing those precious seconds off the clock is as important as anything to Bedford.
Yeah, and this would be a great opportunity for Sackville to take a timeout, but they've already burned their timeout earlier in the game.
And I won't call it a burn because I think they needed it then, too.
They did need it then, but at the same time, you always want to have that advantage later in the game to have that opportunity to have a game plan going.
Bedford's going to ice that puck whenever they get it. They're going to knock 6 seconds at a time off this clock if that's what it takes.
They don't mind doing that at all. All it is right now is just a game to kill that clock for Bedford Blues.
Once again, we'd like to thank everyone for joining our web stream at MC Media, the 2016 Bantam AA Provincials from Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, from the Yarmouth Mariner Center. Sackville gets control of the puck, but just momentarily coming out the other way is Bedford on a breakaway all by himself. Here's the shot, just goes wide. That's number 6, Logan Callahan, with great speed, great opportunity, but couldn't connect at the end. Bing braces himself, gets the puck, pass in front. Sackville able to bring it out. Bedford really not pinching too deeply here. They'd rather have some men back. Breaking hard the other way is Sackville. Taking off the puck nicely. That was Price that was going in. Bedford able to get it into the neutral zone. And now Bedford will get it again. Price with a 1:20 to go in the game. It's going to get right back to Bedford. They will get the red line, fire it down the ice. The goaltender is out of the net. It's 6-on-4. There's an extra attacker on for Sackville. There's no reason to hold back. You've got to push it in, and you've got to throw bodies in there and hope you're going to get in. There's an opportunity. Good move by very late getting that last body out there for Sackville. That's just onside. Going back forward is Barkhouse. Barkhouse tries to rip it around the boards. Gets it up, but not out. Sackville, long slap shot off of a body. Nice save there. That one goes through a crowd. It can't get in there. 42 seconds remaining. Back into the corner. Wolf goes to the point. Wrist shot off of the leg, stopped again. Another long shot. Will this be another goal? No, it'll be another icing.
29 seconds left to go in this third period. Sackville still down by 2 goals. They need to do something very quick if they're going to have any chance of tying and potentially winning this game. Very back and forth between these two teams. Bedford being the 4th seed against the 1st seed Sackville.
And in terms of seeding, what really wants to throw you for a loop is these teams were initially seeded. And first, we better explain how the seeding works.
Yeah.
Seedings work by your first 20 games within your own league in the regular season.
Correct.
So the 2 city teams obviously playing against a bunch of city teams. Funny enough, though, by the time they get here, Sackville, the number 6 seed coming into the tournament, and Bedford, the number 7. So that's the 6 and 7 out of 7. And there's no really other way that you can do it. They don't play each other enough for you to actually get a really great look at how these teams are going to play. Yarmouth was never going to be playing against Glace Bay and Cape Breton County unless they happen to join together for some tournament in the city.
Exactly, right. It's a little weird way of doing it. I'd even think, it would be the record overall, including playoffs or anything like that, but taking the first 20 games.
But they have to figure something out because they don't play a total round robin.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. 29.7 seconds. Sackville gains control, whips it around, just goes wide. Going hard for it is Wolf. Wolf has it in the corner. He might just try to jam it. Nope, goes back to the point. There's a shot from Frazier. It goes through a crowd, and it's going down the ice. Does it have enough steam? Will it make it on net? No, it's just wide again.
11.3 seconds left in the third. That pretty much sums it up for the Bedford Blues here and the Sackville Flyers. Bedford's going to go on and win the first semifinal here of the 2016 Bantam AA Provincials. And Sackville has 7 players on the ice. They can't do that.
Well, if you can't do it with 6, try it with 7. Bedford gains control. They're just going to keep the puck behind there. Looking to drag that puck, leg the puck, and now it's just whether or not they can control this at the end of the game, because when you do that, you're going to get a scrum, you're going to get things going. The referees all get in there, try to separate everybody. We haven't had that type of game at all. I'd hate to see the end of the season for Sackville degrade to that.
Yeah.
And it was all broken up relatively quickly.
Are they going to kill the last? There's 0.6 seconds left in this game. I don't know if they're going to play it or not. We're going to find out here. Bedford's celebrating, but no, they're going to kill the clock. And Bedford's going to celebrate their opportunity to go to the championship game.
And that championship game we've got, and the start time is 10:30. And the second seed, the second place through the round robin, the Cape Breton County Islanders, will face, as close as will come in Yarmouth to a local team, the South Shore Ice Sharks, based out of the Bridgewater area, just up a couple hours up the South Shore from us here in Yarmouth. So if there is more local support, you'd think it would be South Shore, except that any time when you have a team from Cape Breton, they travel well.
They do travel well. They travel well down here. Same thing with Sackville. Sackville had a lot of family members down here to cheer them on.
Honestly, both of these city teams, I mean, we've had a lot of cheering on both sides. It was a great game, Nick. We'll sit here, and we've got some defensive and offensive players of the game to announce.
Yep, we'll listen in on that. Ethan Price winning the offensive player of the game here for Sackville in the loss against Bedford. Consolation prize here for Ethan. And number 18, Colby Grant, is the defensive player of the game. Did a great job at the blue line. He'll win it the defensive player of the game for Sackville. Matthew Delano, offensive player of the game. I honestly think it could have gone either way between him or Matthew Burton. Did a great job too. And Matthew Yard winning the defensive player of the game for Bedford. No brainer there with only one goal had on him.
All right, so we'd like, I think I'm down. Well, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us through MC Media in partnership with Eastlink Television. Our final, once again, the Bedford Blues 3, Sackville Flyers 1. Bedford will move forward to the championship game held at 2 o'clock. Our next semifinal, scheduled to begin at 10:30, between Cape Breton Islanders and the South Shore Ice Sharks. On behalf of all of the volunteers that we have behind the camera, in the booth, on behalf of myself, David Doucette, and my partner today, Nick Doucette, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us today. Hope you can join us again later for our next coverage.
Thank you.
Now, as I mentioned before, Sackville will now be presented with their bronze medals for this tournament. I've got a big one for Sackville who played so well through the entire tournament. Here are your players. Number 3, Brock Bethune. Number 4, Jarrett Frazier. Number 5, Matthew Lavelle. Number 6, Mackenzie Maloney. Number 7, Noah Stanley. Number 8, Joshua Broderick. Number 10, Connor Wolf. Number 11, Ethan Price. Number 12, Jeremy Harper. Number 14, and captain of the team, Alex Langell. Number 15, Morgan Ray. Number 16, Kieran Black. Number 17, Garrett O'Hearn. Number 18, Kobe Grant. Number 19, Ryder Spears. Number 31, Jeff Camone. And number 35, Alex Bouchard. One more time, a big hand for the Sackville Flyers, the bronze winners, and a big hand for Bedford.